So here we go, left off last episode with the Beta 2 rocket. This episode I'm just going to be launching a bunch of, let's see, 5 beta rockets and trying to collect as much science as I can, and let's just see how this goes. Alright. Alright, here we go. So I think this one I'm just going to shoot for, I'm just going to go straight east with this over the ocean, so it should work out rather well. I think with this one, because I have the fairings in this, I can actually make a rather aggressive gravity turn. I've always been a fan of these Merlin engines. I don't know if it said that they were the SpaceX version, like that's what they use, where they, instead of being able to see the whole engine out like that, because I'm sure the if that's just, you know, being balanced right there, I'm sure that those engines could easily get ripped off the tank of whatever rocket's going up. But I like the way these look, and I really love the plume for these. I think these go really well. Yeah. So I think for this launch, I don't know if this is going to work well, just at the positive or the prograde relative to the surface. But I need to just kill the rotation, go up a little bit, and wait for me to speed up, because I don't want to attack this gravity turn a little. I don't want to attack it too sharply, because I, again, don't want to burn up in the atmosphere as well, just on the way up. Go kill the rotation there till about, I don't know, 900 meters per second. That's where my prograde is there. Okay, not quite. So when that gets to about, yeah, actually I could probably aim over now. Let's go. There we go. Moving rather quickly. So I think this will work perfectly. Yeah, apoapsis is climbing quite a bit, and once that reaches about 60 is when I'll just go straight prograde and just use everything I can to get horizontal velocity up. Go orbit, and let's see, let's go, oh, there we go, let's keep that, and let's see, I'll keep that, aim prograde, and now I can just worry about collecting the science. Go. And there we go, there's all the Geiger counter. Alright, so that's good. I'm glad I collected all that science, because that can always be rather pain to collect, especially in these earlier launches of just keep clicking back and forth. Well, actually what I do want to do is I would like to separate those fairings first. There we go. See, that bothers me quite a bit. I think it's that decoupler. It's just that decoupler doesn't do it justice. Let's go. Alright, so I remember I never changed the parameters for one of these parachutes, and I can do that here. There we go. So there we go. It's about there. Let me just bring this down to about, there you go, roughly 1400. Copy, close. And now I can arm these parachutes, so hopefully I can get back home safely. And, yeah, there we go. And just a bit more lag. Let's see, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the surface back down to 0 so I can work on just the horizontal, or the surface horizontal speed. Not to worry about the vertical speed. Alright, I got no science to collect. Let's see where we are on the map, and I also want to make sure that my RCS works, and it does. So I should just kill the rotation there. I'm not too worried about burning this up. Later on, once I get into more rockets, I'm not going to really, once I get the more powerful rockets, I'm not going to worry about using this nitrous oxide. I just like to use it because it's lightweight. I mean, I can maximize the delta V on these simpler rockets, but yeah, then again, at the same time, I don't really mind either, because it does go down at a relatively decent pace. And let's see. Go, collecting, there's 3. And 4, there we go. So that should be all, that should all be the near Earth. Oh, there we go. Let's cut engine. I noticed that my periapse was getting rather high. So yeah, that should be good. That worked out a whole lot better than I thought. So this is a decent craft, and with 84 meters per second left. So this is actually a really good suborbital craft. So it'll just get me on the edge, because I think even if I were to accelerate a bit, I can actually get my I can raise and lower my periapse. And if I look at the map, oh yeah, so actually I've got enough nitrous oxide to actually put this in a permanent orbit. I can raise my periapse up to 140 and just stay in orbit and get all the science that I need. So actually this craft will serve really well. Because also later on, once I actually collect all the mystery goo that I need, and actually I believe I have, except for whenever I land in whatever surface is available to land on. Of course, it's the entire Earth, but landing over water, landing over the oh, you know, let's just kill the rotation so I don't burn it up too much. So yeah, I guess it's mainly just the Geiger counters. So what I might do once I start collecting all of the science for the science juniors here and the mystery goo containers, I will stop collecting. I'll stop collecting those and just work on doing the Geiger counters. But for right now, just because there's a lot of land to cover, I will just focus on getting some of the surface information. Oh, there you go. Go to retrograde. There we go. So hopefully, yeah, so this is actually going to work out really well. Let's go ahead and time warp this. There we go. Coming in nice and low. And actually, I'm just going to start burning up this nitrous oxide. I'll keep an eye on it for now. Stuff does burn rather quickly, a lot faster than the HTP, but I just want to get rid of most of it. Well, there we go. There's that. And I think once I get down to 3,000 units left, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this so I don't burn up too much, just in case I don't quite, in case I skip off the atmosphere. There we go. And I'm not sure, but I think I am low enough to cut off the HTP or the RCS, but actually I'm not, because I don't have any signal. So let's see, Apoapsis is coming down fairly quickly. There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Periapsis is definitely dropping. So there we go. I think this will be a nice successful re-entry and a good deal of science gained. And with this, I will be landing just off the west coast of, I believe this little part here is Mexico, and up there is California. Yeah, quite off the coast. Quite a ways off the coast, but not too bad. There we go. Alright, since I'm landing over water, I don't know if this is going to be worth it. Yeah, I can't do it. I've got no command signal to send on. So let's see, the mass is, I've got a, okay, yeah, 1.09 tons. Oh no, excuse me, 1.4 tons, 1.423. Alright, that's not bad, it's not too heavy. Although considering I've got all these science juniors, of course it's going to be rather heavy. Alright, getting ready for a nice splashdown, and where are my parachutes? And there we are, beautiful. Ah, perfect. 250 meters off the ground, off the water, and I should be able to collect some science from this with the mystery goo, temperature barometer, and Geiger counter. Perfect. Alright, let's get rid of that information. Let's get some science going. Oh, of course I don't have any Geiger counters left, so all I have to really, grind on the science is the mystery goo. 3, 4, there we go. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, did that record any of it? No, I'll just do it manually. Oh, nope, since I don't have any command signal on, I have to do it through the excited, which is kind of a shame. Let's see. Oh, there you go. I've only needed 3, so I am set. Oh, good. I'm glad the excited is here, because if I could, I would use KOS script and just program it to record the science once it is confirmed a splashdown. But I'm not very good at programming, because if I could actually just set this all in, just program it, I would love to do that. But I tried my hand at KOS scripting, and I gotta tell you, it just did not go well. Let's see. So with plenty of science there, I'm going to start doing these nodes. This next set of nodes is 90. If there's any extra science modules here, I'm going to go ahead and research that. No, solar panels. Yeah, solar panels will definitely be coming in handy, especially for the moon mission and the surveyor core. That is actually what I'm really after. But I think as far as engine parts goes and motors, I don't think I have to worry too much. I think I already researched that. Yes, I did. So I'm going to go for electrics. There we go, 45 days. That's quite a bit. Oh, so now that I've unlocked some of those nodes, I can actually spend some of these upgrades. I've got 8 research and development. Let's see, 0 science a day. You know what, let me just increase this. You know what, I said I wasn't going to invest any into this, but kinda, I'll just do 2 points. There you go, so 1 science a day, it's not too bad, and then I'll just sink the rest into building these rockets. There we go, more than plenty. I think once I can start building these really large, ridiculous rockets in an insane amount of time, then I will put that towards investing, researching more science. And there we go, it's work to complete, another couple of days, so that's not too bad. 2 days to build these rockets. Tell you what, if I had a nice facility like this, I'd be launching rockets every day if I could. Alright, there we go. 2 rockets ready to roll out. Let's launch. And actually, you know what? These rockets are, since I can only build one once every 2 days, and if it takes 45 days just to research that one node, I'm actually going to speed that up quite a bit. Because, I really don't want to, waste a whole lot of time, waiting for some of these to occur. But then as far as, getting to the moon, I'm actually going to be more worried about transferring to other planets. But I mean, it's not like I'm going to develop any information faster. So I guess with this, so last rocket I went east, I landed in the water, so I'm going to aim this for landing at the poles. So let's see if I can, how accurately I can collect this and start collecting some ground science on the poles. For this, yeah, I'll put that at 0, that'll be fine. And then I'll go ahead and start pitching this over. So I actually got to watch this one carefully because I don't want to go too far. And since I want to land at the poles, I want a somewhat steep climb and fall. So I want a highly elliptical suborbital trajectory for this. So I think I might just leave it at 45 degrees, see where it goes in the map view, and then from there I'll leave it be. But actually I do have MechJeb, so let me see if I can use my landing guidance and show landing predictions. Let me close that, and if I go to the map view, yep, it'll show my landing prediction. So actually this should be fairly easy. But so yeah, alright, that should actually not be a problem. So I don't really have to worry about it, I just need to watch the map. So let me go ahead and close that. And so hopefully as I travel north I'll collect some more biomes. So for this I also need to watch my inclination as well, but since I am going at just -5 degrees in my heading, or 355 degrees, I don't think it really matters what your point of view is on that, or your relatively speaking. There we go. Alright, so we're going rather quickly, picking up quite a good bit of speed, and yeah, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and leave this at 35 degrees, and I'm just going to leave it at that, and I think once I get maybe up to 2,000 meters per second, I will just, you know, keel it over to about 15 degrees, and I'll just leave it there. So, alright, let's see what the landing prediction is. Alright, I haven't gone anywhere yet. I've got quite a distance to go. Probably be moving at about 6,000 meters per second before I can really get anywhere. So, well, actually, just by eyeballing this, I actually want to turn this over a bit more, and judging by the amount of fuel I've got left, I think I might just, you know, I'm just going to kick this over at 0. I think that'll be just fine. Let's see. There you go. I hit 1 to arm the parachutes. Once I separate this, I'll go in and I'll adjust everything to make sure that's fine. Inclination 85. Apoapse 106, 7. There you go. Alright. And next stage. That really bugs me every time it kicks off like that. But no worries. Let me just fix that staging, separate that, activate the RCS to get rid of that horrible spin, and I need to readjust one of these. Yep, here it is. Put that down to, actually I'm a little skeptical, keep that at 2,000 meters. So that way I've got enough time to react. Alright, so that parachute is armed, that one is armed. Alright, and we should be golden. Let me... let's see, where's my orbit? Orbit is a little further north, so actually let me just follow that prograde, and now I should be good to just watch this and see where it goes, where I land. You know, it's something that kind of bugs me. I don't know if it's just because I know so little about Antarctica, but around this area on the Earth, it can still register that I'm at the poles. Like if I land on one of these islands here, but then if I go too far north, I mean, I know it's the ice cap, and it is part of, you know, a lot of this is just water. It's just a really thick layer of ice, but it doesn't register at the pole. So if this fails, I will just simply, I'll redo the mission, and but instead of going north, I'll just go south. And actually, I don't even know if the landing predictions will tell me what... no, they don't tell me where I'm going to land in what biome. So there we go. Let me just kick that up right there. Alright, perfect. I have a good landing position. Let's see, I think I've got my... that's activated, so I can separate this, point this retrograde, and see what happens. Alright, there we go, moving at 7,200 meters per second. With not too high of an apoapse either, so that's actually good. Alright, there we go, some more Geiger counter. And I think collect one more. Beautiful. Alright, now it's time to time warp this puppy north. Here we go, above the pole. See what I tell you? It's just nice over just some of these lands that I will get grasslands. What? See, now I'm over the shore, so it's going to go between shores, poles, water, and actually I might not be. I might be too low for near Earth to collect poles by the time I cross some of this land. And this rocket's. Will I get any more? Nope. That's it. Well, alright, well, now I just got my fingers crossed, and hopefully I will land at the poles, because if I don't, that'll be rather a big nuisance. Okay, flying high over the poles, of course, there's no Geiger for that. Shores. I've already collected most of the flying high science for Earth. We go, there's water, shores, poles, so alright, more shores again. Poles. Alright, that burned out. Still pointed, well, retrograde. Actually, let me point this surface. Alright, just a reminder, did I arm these? Yes, I did. There we go, flying high over the poles. Alright, so I should be good. Where am I landing? Well, oh, there we go. Flying low over the poles. Keep those. Alright. Oh, beautiful. Good, because I really don't have to repeat this mission. So, I've armed the parachute, so they should land safely as long as they deploy, because I don't have any signal, so I can't adjust anything on the fly. Let me turn that off. Yeah, plenty of RCS fuel left. Actually, not that I need it anymore, but... And, yep, still flying over the poles. Oh, good. I will land at the poles and collect a whole bunch of more science. So then I just want to aim for either the deserts or the highlands when I go west for my next launch. Right. Huh. It's rather bumpy up here. Alright, good. They deployed. Altitude at 700. And there we go. 250 meters left to go. Ah, beautiful. Got me some science. Perfect. Alright, time to collect all sorts of good science here. There we go. Alright, I'm hoping I can actually max these out on this first go-around because, oh, no, missed on the Geiger counter, so eventually I'll have to return for that. But as you can see, I can get to the poles relatively easily. I was worried about the biomapping of this, but maybe I'm thinking back to the previous version of the real solar system and all the biome maps. So if I return, I'll just do that off camera and later on in the future episodes, but for right now I'm just going to worry about getting the majority of the science in the places that I can visit relatively easy, so that way I can actually start setting up some longer missions to the moon, some to the Mars, down to Venus, and then hopefully get some good kicks off to let's see, yeah, some good missions off to Jupiter and beyond, and of course down to Mercury. Alright, let's see, I've got 65 science. Let me just go ahead and let's see, that's aerodynamics. I don't need any of this stuff, but I will need some of these later modules, so let's see, I know that's already researched. Let's do this one. Alright, that's now researched for those parts. And what new parts will I have? Oh, good. So there we go. Ooh, the H1 RS27 series. That's a good engine. I like that one a lot. The lunar module. Okay, the lunar descent module engine. That's a decent one. 3 ignitions. I might use that on some missions. Oh, the RL10. Yeah, I think I'll definitely be using the RL10. And okay, and some more of these. Some of the big tanks. Might not be using those anytime soon. Let's see, there's the Aerobee. Oh, okay, the 1 kilonewton thruster and the TD. Oh, okay, there's another RL10. I don't remember where the Astros. Here we go, here's the goal. I need this. This is what I really need. The Astros engine is, best engine in my opinion in this whole game. At least for the realism overhaul 1.22. Alright, so let me go ahead and roll this out, warp to complete, and now I will warp to the next morning. Oh, and I'm already there. Perfect. And let's launch. Alright, here we go. So going north worked. So now, let's see. Do I want to go south or west? You know, I kind of want to go south just because I did pick a morning. So I'm going to try and land somewhere over here in this nice, dense, green, lush forest. So let's see if... So that's north, that's south. So if I aim, I think about 135 degrees. Or did I get that mixed up? No, I need to go... Yeah, 225 degrees. Let me just aim for that first. Execute, and let's get ready to launch. So I always get turned around when I'm trying to make the correct heading. Let me just... I'll stick this on 0 so that way I've got a nice idea. Yep, 225. I think that'll be fine. So now I just don't know if that's actually the right way, because let's see, 225 is more like a nice little 45-degree angle, but I've got the rotation of the Earth to consider, and so I might land over here. So actually, now I'm a little skeptical. Let me just bring this down to 200. I think that would work better, actually. There we go. Start my descent, and am I going the wrong way? Because if that's north, that direction in the camera, and so I actually need to be going that way. That don't make no sense. Oh, actually it does make sense, because 90 degrees is east, and so I need to be going about, let's make that 125. Oh, don't go too far over rocket. There we go. Yep, alright, I think 125 will be fine, but I will make some adjustments on the fly if need be. But for now, I'm going in the general direction, and once I get up in the thicker part of the atmosphere, it should be just fine. Although I gotta say, I'm actually really curious if real rockets can undergo such major aerodynamic stresses, because making a big course correction that low in the atmosphere is quite significant. Although I'm pretty sure, you know, people can actually, when they do this in real life, they're not too concerned with heading in the right direction or trying to make any course corrections, you know, just a minute into the launch, because that would be really bad. Alright, collect some of this here science. Let's get all the Geiger counter that I can. Go. Keep pitching over rather aggressively. I'm getting rather high up into the atmosphere now. Let's see, so there you go. Apoapsis is nearing 100, so I'll just decrease this down to 15 until that gets up to about 120, 130, I think. Let's see, how's this looking? Ooh, looks like that's, I need to be going a little bit more south. So, let me, let's see, am I going in line with Florida? No, I'm not. I'm going way off. So let me take this down to, you know what, 180. Let's just see what happens with that. Oof, that's a big jerk. And I run out of fuel. There we go. Alright. This is my saving grace. Hopefully this will get me to where I need to go. Alright, like since I'm here, I do have some science that I'd like to recover at least. Let's go to toggle info, copy to other chutes, and alright, so that parachute is armed and that one's armed. Good. Go ahead and time warp here. Alright, good, there we go. That's going in the right direction now. I'm going perfectly south, so let me... Which means I need to head a bit more east. There we go. 171. Whoa! I messed that up royally, not paying attention. Well, I guess I'll just get some near Earth tropics, I guess. Yep. Alright, excellent. Well, at least now I know if I land there I should be able to get some landing at Science Tropics, but that was a quite a failure. Here we go. Oh, let me go. Access. Whew. Let's go to minus surface level, or retrograde relative to the surface. And, oh, I might be able to get some, ooh, space near shores. There we go. This is actually turning out rather well. Okay. That's all the Geiger counter I have. Oh, phooey. Alright, so this should get a landing without a hitch. And I see by my timer here, I'm actually making this a rather long episode. So what I'm going to do is, off camera, I will go ahead and launch, and I will be collecting some more science. I'm going to head off west, and actually not, I'll just record it anyway. But feel free to skip the video, because it's not too fantastic. Right. Earth's water. All right. Maybe get some of this Science Junior over Earth's water while I'm here. Although I think there will be plenty of opportunities to do that in the future. Okay. Should be parachutes and perfect. Every time. It's that famous saying, it works works 60% of the time, 100% of the time. Or there we go. Landed at Earth's water. Oh, this is a whole new biome I did not know existed. Oh wow. Okay. That's new. I knew they were splashed and there's landed shores, but not landed water. Okay. Wow, so this was actually a lucky find. I've actually, wow, of all the years I've been playing this, I never knew this was here. Although I haven't exactly looked up any information. And I don't tend to cheat either whenever I'm searching for new biomes. I just like searching for it because going over some of these places can get a little boring once you know everything about the game. So I like to keep it fun and keep it interesting, which is why I've decided to make this series. Alright, there we go. I think that is that. I'm going to save these two launches because I know these are quite a lot. And I guess while this goes back, let me see if I can unlock any more nodes. I know I've got the top 2 in the research and development. And there we go. Yep, 75. So let me just make sure I've got that. Very good. And I know I've got that one as well. So I guess let me go for... yeah, I'll just go ahead and unlock all of these before I start picking out which ones of these I want. And did I get this one yet? Oh, I thought I got that one already. I don't know. Well, I shall find out. Well, thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next episode.